Seventh graders, if you're watching this video, it's because you are a penguin. What we're going to do is we're just going to review all the skills for adding and subtracting negative numbers, put it all together, and then you have 9 problems to try on your own. So I'm going to zoom through these really quickly. We already have the skills for them. It's just putting everything together for the first time. So our first problem is, let me say it again, 5 plus negative 3. So I see I have a positive number and a negative number. So because I have one positive, one negative, I'm going to subtract. 5 minus 3 is 2. And there's more good guys than bad guys, so it's positive. Positive 2. Example number 2. Example number 2 is positive 3 plus negative 8. Again, I have one positive and one negative, so I will subtract the 2. 8 minus 3 is 5. And I have more bad guys than good guys, so it's a negative 5. Example number 3. Negative 6 minus 2. I have 2 negatives. They're not right next to each other. They're just 2 negatives. I could rewrite this problem if I wanted to. Subtracting 2 is the same thing as adding a negative 2. So negative 6 plus negative 2. There's both negatives, so I add them together. 6 plus 2 is 8, and they're both bad guys, so it's a negative 8. Number 3. Number 3 looks similar to the one before because there's 2 negatives, but what's different is these 2 negatives are right next to each other. Because they're right next to each other, there's no number in between, there's only a parentheses. They become a plus sign. 5 plus 8 equals 13. And remember, problems like these, I would always rewrite so you don't make a mistake. All right, 2 left. We have negative 3 times 6. Now, rules are different when you're multiplying and dividing. When you're multiplying and dividing, if you have one negative, the answer is negative. If you have 2 negatives, the answer is positive. So 1 negative times 1 positive is going to be negative. Negative 3 times 6 is negative 18. And your last example is a negative 15 divided by a negative 3. I have 2 negatives that I'm multiplying or dividing, so it'll become positive. Negative 15 divided by negative 3 is positive 5. Fantastic. You have 9 problems to do, and when you finish, you can go on to ST Math.